get our bodies and our voices warm, I'm just going to play a note in the middle of the piano, and I just want us all try to tune to each other. Don't try to strain, just try to let it like come out from you. And we're going to do that for a few rounds. So I'm going to play the note, and then we're going to hum. Good. We'll try to sing it. You're going to breathe in, and then we're going to sing to the full extent of our breath. And then we're going to do that a few rounds. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So first, breathe in. Okay, good. Some of y'all got some lungs on you. I like it. All right, one more time. Breathe in. Sounds beautiful. Now let's move to an ah sound. Breathe in. Good. One more time. Breathe in. Ah sound again. Okay, good. Now I just want to just do another quick warm-up to just kind of stretch the range of our voice. I want us to imagine it as a long rubber band, okay? Like less about separation of the notes and more just like an engine revving. And then we're going to land on this note. So so I'm gonna play it. We rev up and try and land back on that note. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, let's try that one more time. I'll try to play it a little louder, make sure we can hear it. One more time. One last time. Okay, good. Okay, so now that we're just a little bit more in our body, even don't dismiss the power of, like shaking it out. And remember that the voice is not here, it's here, you know what I mean? And shaking out your hands, your legs, making sure you're in your body. It's, not too in your head even, you know what I'm saying? Making sure we're in the present space, like ground yourself in the room you're in, like the air of the room, just like really being present here. So this all just take 1 second, just like however it feels comfortable for you, just try and, I need to do that. Just stretch it out a little bit. Okay, very good. Now, before we get too intellectual about it, I want us to just do a group improvisation. This is a very low to no pressure situation. We're just going to build on to each other. I'm going to start an idea, and then we try to allow ourselves to hear sounds and do it together. Simple enough? Okay. So I'm gonna ground us one more time on that note, and I actually would ask that we all hum that one note, and then I'm gonna sing an idea, and then you come in as you start to feel or hear something. Okay. Nice. Please clap for yourself and each other. Okay, as per usual, first I just want to ask, like, did anything come to mind in that experience? What were you feeling, good or bad? Anything that came up while we were improvising together? What did you like? What would you like to improve? if such a thing exists. Anything?
I think I'd say compared to the last time, I was definitely a little more just like whatever, like just let it come. So that was nice. I would say in terms of the like patterns and repetition, that's kind of where I was like, okay, when is it a good time? When is it effective? And like it just even adds more. And when is it like, okay, now it's redundant? Like, you know, so yeah, I think sometimes it can be super powerful and other times it's like,
all right.
Yeah, right. So it's kind of knowing, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And that's a largely subjective.
Exactly, yeah.
You know,
right.
There's an art to that, making those choices.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anybody else?
I agree with that. I feel like I'm drawn to clashes, like my personality clashes a lot, like the things I like are always juxtaposed. But in music, I don't know if that's like appropriate because you want it to kind of mesh in some way. So like when I've been dabbling in jams, when I try, like it feels right to me, but I don't know that it sounds right to other people. Right. So like, so hesitant.
Well, that's actually a really deep conversation, you know. I think you're in the right place because I'm an avant-garde type of person. Like I will defend this chord. You know what I'm saying? And as anyone who's been here has heard me say, right, I think more on the spectrum of things. And I feel like maybe every person has a place where they feel comfortable within that range of sound. Like for some people, like R&B and gospel is too spicy for them. I don't hang out with those people, but like that exists. You know what I'm saying? They're like, okay, like let's whatever. Maybe they're just like CCM, like contemporary Christian people, or no shade to them. I'm just saying they're just like, oh, that's too much. They're literally people like too much. You know, or maybe they just like their folk chords, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I guess that is once again this question of art, and then also like, you know, asserting your own artistic expression and personal experience, right? Like there's no right or wrong, but it can feel wrong if enough people around you are like, ugh.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've definitely, like, I remember, not to go on a whole story, but I auditioned for a CCM church when I was still playing in churches. I was looking for a new gig, and I came from a gospel church, so, you know, we doing, you know, whatever. You know, you're doing stuff. And I remember the guy being like, you know, like he was like twitching, you know what I'm saying? For him, anything, I'm like, yeah, you hear that? You hear that? He's like, oh. You know, he probably prayed after that, honestly. Not today, Satan. But isn't that an interesting thing about context, I guess what I'm saying? So I guess I'm just giving that as something for you to consider, because there are things that are generally accepted in like group context, right? Like we have like things where we feel comfortable with, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily right. That's like conditioning in a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Just something to consider. Maybe you just need to be with some more out, you know, subculture ass weirdo. You know what I mean? Maybe you're just not in the right clique. You know what I mean?
I think I also need to hear more. Like recording more even, which is even super scary, but just like, or hearing this back and seeing like what certain things sound like and if I actually enjoy it or not.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, I thought when you were saying it initially, I thought you were maybe saying listening to more like who are the out singers? Because there are people who are more adventurous, and then like listening to them too and being like, I like that. That can be really useful because when you feel alone, you know, he's like, oh, and they had a whole career. You know what I mean? Like, that can be really helpful.
Yeah, totally. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Any other thoughts about that experience?
I was thinking a singer, her name is Hiaras. Do you know her?
I don't think I'm familiar.
It's song Make Friends. That's one of her popular songs. You know it? I was listening her like all day today, and when I'm singing, I felt I'm mimicking the way Maybe because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love her so much. So I was like, okay, why not? I was just thinking her all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
she has very jazzy funk, like very nasal sound. And I always wanted to have more that kind of sound because I'm too classical trained. So it was fun, and I was like, oh, it's too much. Am I listening with people or whatever? And I was just like, yeah.
In the end, whatever. Yeah. I do want to be clear. Like I thought, like this was one of my favorite opening improvisations. Like everything felt very like grounded, and like I think everyone sounded great, and I think there was a good balance between like staying to something and then like exploration. Like there's like good synergy here. So I did want to contextualize that. I also think just this is a little hack for me too, because like it's really cool. Like I used to actually, I would make like CDs or playlists of like all my favorite pianists like playing solo piano, and then I would like as I slept, just like get it, and it worked. It literally works. Like it's like you can kind of get into the spirit and the energy of a thing just by like through the like repetition and sitting inside of it. So like when you want to invoke a particular energy, you know what I'm saying? And I guess some people might be scared of like becoming too much like one thing, which you'll never be that person. You're always going to be you ultimately. But also if you're worried about that at all, just like ultimately you can start doing that with different influences and be like, oh, I wanna kind of sample this idea, this like energy. You know what I'm saying? That could be an artist, that could even be an instrument. Like trying to sing like your saxophone is very different than trying to sing like or a trumpet or a piano. Like you can invoke different like energies by thinking that way, you know. It's like a little game, you know. Cool. And yeah, anything else that we thought while doing this?
I felt good while I was singing and listening to other people sing. I felt like I could keep the same melody for the most part, but I was trying to find ways to like still keep it interesting for myself. And I remember one thing you said a couple weeks ago about like going through the alphabet. So I was just like using the same melody but like a different consonant.
Yes.
And that was fun.
Yes. Nice.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, I feel like this opening felt very centered. That's not always true, and no shade. I'm just saying like sometimes we're all like, it could even be the same group of people, but some nights we're all like scattered and like in different directions. But this felt very like connected and aligned. So my question then would be, all right, so we have this firm foundation from my standpoint, my opinion. How would we take this up a notch? How would we invoke more emotion or more range of emotion? Like what are some ideas practically? What would you do in order to take this core idea and expand upon it? What have we left undone?
I mean,
What a
like,
question.
if we're talking about like taking it from like, okay, let's say the energy is like here, this is like the bass line, you go below and above, then like playing with that, like we could, instead of like going from here to here, we could go from here and then here, but then like go here right afterwards. And so like playing with like the dynamic, situation.
Yes.
And like, there are different ways to do that, like harmonically, rhythmically, lyrically, in this context, like also just in terms of volume, stuff like that. So there are a few ideas for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Dynamic ranges, certainly you could play with volume, like intensity.
One I missed that I think is cool in this setting is like playing with unison versus like having multiple ideas going on at once. I feel like when we do the vocal workshops, I've noticed a lot at the end, it usually comes back to unison or like some like diluted version of what we were singing. And like, I always feel like, oh damn, like if we did something after that, then that'd be like so cool. But like, I think part of it is like, oh, what if we just did that like earlier? Then we would feel like we have more room to like grow.
Right.
So
what I'm hearing, I'm looking kind of multiple choices. There's two things I few like directions we could go into like discussion. One thing that I think we didn't explore was words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a whole conversation. So so if we want to delve largely into like, okay, like how can we tell a story by naming things? You know what I mean? Like literally. Versus, do we want to get a little bit more into like different sound textures, get into different melodic or rhythmic ideas? Like what we can do both in theory, but like what do you guys feel like you're missing or like you would like to have more access to?
I think, rhythmic variation.
Okay. For you, rhythmic variation. Anybody else?
I like the idea of like lyrics in general.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, since I like play more so like instruments and stuff, I feel like I don't get to explore that at all.
Mm-hmm. Word.
I feel like both.
Yeah, you can say both. You can say both. Yeah.
I think when I try to, like, improv makes me feel stuck, kind of. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say a dumb lyric. So just, even if it is a simple lyric, I just want to become more comfortable with saying something. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And you agree with this sentiment?
Yeah, both.
Okay, nice. You?
I agree.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. So here's what I say we do. I say let's explore lyricism, but then we can also explore texture within lyricism.
I think, that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so let's do another improvisation, and this is what I want our framework to be. So this is usually where I talk about your MVP, your minimal viable product. The lowest barrier of entry. So often, this is usually the problem in improvisation is like we psych ourselves out. It's usually just in our head. But how do we get beyond that point of like, I'm noodling with notes? I think for a lot of people, there's like an increase in vulnerability by actually saying something. Like that changes the dynamic somehow. If you've been singing like, shoobity doo bop, you know, might feel safer.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting because sometimes like there's some singers who will come, or I've seen anywhere, jams or whatever, and they'll be shoobity doo bopping for a long time, and that's nice, but the minute someone says some words, it feels like the song started.
Yeah,
Mhm.
totally. Yeah.
Like we're going somewhere now. Like it sounds like we're like, okay, we're doing a thing, but then the minute someone like gives it like clear intention, now we're moving somewhere,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so number one, let's just deal with like one word. And I want to emphasize this the longer I've been in my musical journey, the more I'm like, I really believe in life in general, it's depth over width. So a lot of life we think we're like, oh, how many, like you don't need more than one word.
No.
If you do it well, right? In fact, one word, you can say one word a million different ways and really invoke entirely different feelings. You know what I'm saying? So let's just generate a word. I want each one of us, I'm gonna point to you and I just want you to say a word. Just say a word. Can we do that? Okay. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Mountain.
Opportunity.
Like patience.
Cold.
Shallow.
First of all, fire words. Everything is fire. And I actually want you all to take a little inventory of yourself because how that could be simple in theory. Was it actually simple? Or how much do we actually feel comfortable just saying what came to us versus needing to like, oh, is that the right word?
Right. Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But each one of those words is like a gateway into a million different things. I don't even know like the right word. I don't know if there's a word that is the wrong word. You know what I mean? Maybe some words are funnier than others.
Right.
You know what I mean? Inherently funnier, but there's no wrong. I mean, I don't know. Like, what is a wrong word? You know what I mean? Any of those words, there's a deep concept behind it, and you could go so many different directions. So I guess now, what I'd love, I think I'm gonna play a progression on the piano, to be clear, and I want us to each just elaborate on our word. Now, to be clear, sing melodies and use this word. And don't feel the pressure to add any additional words. You don't need another word. You have a word. Okay? And you can, trust me, you can get so much mileage out of any word that you choose. But then allow yourself the space to see if other words or ideas or sentences come to you from that word. Like, meditate on that word. Say that word, sing that word, and see what springs from that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But this isn't about searching, this is about, or rather, this isn't asking, this is listening. You may or may not get an answer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But just listen. You're saying the word, you can even maybe say the word is the ask. And you let your mind, or wherever you think these ideas come from, communicate back to you and see what else comes out. Yeah?
Yeah.
Before that? Okay.
Good question. My word opportunity, is it opportunity or opportunity? Which part is it? Like, I have to emphasize?
Well, okay, that's a good question. I mean, yeah, opportunity. I would say opportunity. Everyone say opportunity.
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 Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. But you could say opportunity, like
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Really?
Opportunity.
Well,
Yeah.
it's especially within a singing context. You see what I'm saying? Like, you could emphasize different points of the word, and
Yeah.
it says something different.
The
Kind of.
accent's kind of
Right.
stopping. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
yeah, that's good.
Opportunity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
That's opportunity.
yeah. Yes. Okay, what's the key? Let's see. You're not gonna hide behind that bass register today. Yeah. Okay, nice. Now talk to us about cold. Nice. Clap yourself in each other. Okay, very nice. Alright, so before I give my opinion, what did you guys notice? Did you notice listening to yourselves and each other? What did you notice happening? Anything?
There's some good ass singers in here. That's what I
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Anything else?
I was wishing you was gonna go the other way.
The other way?
Yeah, first.
Oh. The first thing I noticed was you calling me, and I was like, okay, I can ask you why though. Why?
Cause I don't like being first.
It's as simple as that.
Okay, see, I'm sorry. Why don't you like going first?
Because I like to take inspiration from my fellow singers who are so talented. And I had to do it myself.
That's super real. That's super real.
Yeah.
That's super real. Well, okay, I do wanna comment on that because there's a couple things about that. One, I might argue, and this is my personal belief, you're not doing it yourself, regardless.
That's real. Yes, that's
You
true.
see what I'm saying?
That's very true.
So that was part of what I was trying to, like prime you guys to think about was just like, all right, we're gonna use this word to ground us. Like we're in the song now, we're in the music, right? But that gives us an opportunity, low key, to stall for time. That's one way to look at it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like okay.
Yeah.
But what I loved about what each of you did was when you started on this word and then you gave it context. It was like, oh. And honestly, the fact that it didn't happen right away also was really kind of cool because I was like, mountain, mountain, mountain. But then when you're like, okay, in the valley versus the valley, and they're like, I think it was something you said, because you talked about shallow love, shallow people, shallow something else, I forget what it was.
Shallow water.
Shallow water,
Mhm.
right? I was like, oh, shallow water, oh, and then it's like, so that contextualization, and once again, it's not like a lot of material, right? It's not like you guys went and did like a whole like Eminem verse or something, like you had like, you
Yeah.
went from a word to a short phrase, but now that already, that invoked a visual, invoked a whole like world of like musical possibilities for us to go from. So anyway, so thank you for trusting yourself and the divine to give you that additional content. Anything else you guys notice?
I felt a little bit more safe.
Mm.
And I really enjoyed that you play on next chords, which I didn't expect.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was getting
Yeah.
me too. That was getting me in
Yeah.
the middle of
It's
it.
not
You
like
were
a
switching up. I
little-
was like, oh, shit.
Keep you on your
It was
toes.
fun.
Yeah.
It makes me want to say something with these words, which is interesting for myself. Like usually I don't know what should I say next, but this just one word I decided helped me to say, connect to another part,
Mhm.
to sentence or whatever I felt. So I feel safe there to sing.
Great. That's amazing. I also want to say specifically for you, because like when we're in this lyrical conversation, I know you often ask about lyrics, and I try to calibrate based upon like, I'm not trying to baby you, but I'm also trying to be sensitive to like how much of your vocabulary, like how easy is it for you to access it versus like first language. So like, one thing I might even mention, and again, it's like, the addition to the word can be simple. Like saying this opportunity is different than just saying opportunity. Or saying this is an opportunity is different than just saying opportunity, right? And then I think you said I want opportunity, right? And now, okay, so now we're going in a different direction even there. So like, it doesn't have to be like a complex, like you don't have, like the words themselves can actually be simple, but you're contextualizing that one idea in different ways, you know. Even you could say like personalizing it in a different way, you know what I'm saying? Like talking about this opportunity versus whatever, life is an opportunity versus et cetera, et cetera. So you just like adding 2 words, go from 1 to 2. Life and opportunity. Life is opportunity, you know, whatever. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other observations?
I just also like that you changed it up because it felt like, I feel like part of the pressure is feeling like you're the one that has to maintain the perfection of what is being played. And so when you're kind of changing up the sound, it's like we're all just brainstorming at the same time, and that's cool. And then I was gonna say that I like that you ended, I don't remember what exactly it was, but with the, like thinking more of like the depth of a mountain than like the more obvious, that like the peaks of the mountain, and that I like that you would have, yeah.
That was
Nice,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think like also your melodic line seemed to kind of follow that idea.
Yeah, I was trying to do that a little bit. Like,
Yeah, like that was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's very excited.
It's like some
Pioneer.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
See what he did, like underneath.
The genius here is crazy.
Nice. Okay, nice. Yeah, so let's like that's the first nugget I want to like have us leave with. This idea of one, so don't overly confuse yourself. You pick a word, and then from one you can get to 2, and maybe 3. And low key, if you have 3 words, that's a whole song. You know what I mean? And more content can follow if it feels in alignment with what you're trying to express, but getting comfortable with like owning whatever you're saying, that's key.
Yeah.
It's super
Yeah.
valuable. And I want to reiterate this idea of how much confidence and conviction, like people, I think we get caught up in material, but the conviction behind what you're saying.
Yeah.
And people say some stupid shit, but they say it in a way that's like Shit. Okay.
Yeah, you really believe it. Yeah, you really believe them. Like, yeah. Like, okay, but
Yeah.
yeah. And I did, not to get too nerdy on the piano part of it, but like, I want to be clear that I am using this kind of same construct. You know, in my head, and over time I think you get more finessed or agile with like moving and adding more material, but the basic principle is the same, right? I was like, in my head, if I can remember, I'm like, all right, let me pick a key. All right, B flat minor. Okay, so I start with one chord. Okay, I have my chord, and then I'm like, all right, I needed at least another one to make it a song, sort of, right? Okay, cool. I could have stopped there, but then I'm like, all right, maybe I can lead back into that first. Those things here are kind of just in between to get back to this, right? And I did other stuff too, but like, I started there. I have these two, you could call them words, right? And then this is like, is a, right? And then as I was going, right, number one, coming back to what we're talking about, just being very comfortable with the material that's established. So I don't have to add anything, right? Like we're cooking. But then at some point I realized like, oh, this might be nice if it was, let me just change the inflection of one of the words, right? I changed that one word and now we're in a whole other dimension, right? And still like, okay, I'll change a little more. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know, and there's like, so once you've grounded yourself in the I guess the root form of a thing, that's where like the multiplicity of ideas sprout from. But if you don't ever have that like initial grounding, that makes it infinitely harder because now you're just in the clouds like trying to grab at random things. You know what I'm saying? But just one word will keep you grounded.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. All right, let's go deeper down this rabbit hole. We're gonna do more words now. Are we okay with that? We're okay with more words? Okay. So now that we have our like, you know, you could even call this like our motif, our premise, our grounding thing. But then generally within the context of the song, you have all these other things that like fill in the spaces. I might even consider these words, and we can keep. I actually think we're each gonna like write our own little song, our little own improv song. So you're gonna be talking about cold all night,
Okay.
and hopefully you won't feel cold. You know, let me know.
I'm gonna lie.
Yeah, that's where it came from. The cold.
Yeah. I look outside. I was like,
One word, cold.
yeah. That's gonna be the word for the next 4 months.
Right. Every time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's gonna be a crazy song.
I was gonna say
After
I'm not type of shit. Yeah.
You know, understand cold. Yeah. But yeah, I would even say that you could consider, like, I try to think of the principle when I'm like improvising, like writing a song in an improvised manner. I might say like something like that. This is your premise or your chorus, right? Like in the sense that this is like the central theme of the discussion we're having. Okay, mountain. Okay, got it. That's the central theme. And now the verses. This is where we're adding additional material. This is where we're adding more context to what mountains mean to us, what the cold means to you. You know what I mean? So now let's figure out how we can fill in those spaces and give us a little bit more. If you guys wanted to write a verse in an improvised setting, this is a very ambiguous question, but I just want us to brainstorm for a second. How do we feel like we could create more material? Like how can we get more words out of mountain or opportunity or whatever your word is?
I mean, like taking mountain as an example, it's like, okay, is there like a story about the mountain? Do I have a relationship to the mountain? I don't know, just trying to think of like what, you know, mountain is the subject.
Yes.
Then like what's going on surrounding the subject, you know? Like how are we gonna manipulate it in like a storytelling sense?
Right. I think well, at least to me, what you're alluding to. So what I'm really advocating for is different types of word association. How we actually, like our brains have, like you have so much, about anything, you have so much that is actually there, but a lot of times we don't know how to grab it out of the file cabinet. So a simple concept for this, right? Like, so for mountain, rhymes are one way. That's one way to access different parts of the filing cabinet. Even ideas that aren't, so a word association, like you're just thinking about a mountain, maybe, like all of a sudden I'm thinking about trail, I'm thinking about Timberland boots, I'm thinking about a walking cane, I'm thinking about this game that's about mountain climbing called Celeste. I'm like a rapper, so like, I'm like, all right, like, okay,
Associations,
right? So that's one way. Another way is to literally let the sounds of the words lead us into another direction. So I think mountain, I'm thinking fountain, yeah. Even that by itself, those two words, like, we have a lot there. You see what I'm saying? You said what? Right, yeah, you can break the word apart, and yeah, that's very rapper. That's very, yeah. But literally letting the language help you make connections. You see what I'm saying? So let's see. I think we should let's carry on this train. Here will be the challenge this time. I actually want you not to say your word, but I want you to talk about your word. You know what I mean? So it's almost like a game of charades or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like allude to it, like, or like if you were talking to the mountain or the cold, like the concept of that, like talking to it or about it to somebody else. Like imagine yourself doing that. It doesn't have, to be clear, it doesn't have to rhyme. Don't get too in your head about it. But just like try and find ways, let the sounds guide you. Like if you're more of a visual person, because that's the other piece. Like some of us are more visually oriented versus auditorially, like grounded. Like we have a primary way we learn and connect to things, and then other things maybe we don't connect as easily. So just use whatever your method is, and talk about it. Try not to say your word, and if you do. No, I'm not. I'm not that kind of teacher. I'm not doing it.
I didn't sign up for this.
Oh, you didn't see the song? You don't remember the waiver?
Right.
Alright. Let's pick a new. I'm gonna play something else just to give us a little something else. See how I changed my mind?
You thought he was gonna close.
One step forward, two steps forward, one step back.
One more time.
for you?
cannot like think of like lyrics and then like like the note or whatever at the same time. Like my brain just doesn't work like that. You know, even before I started singing, I was like, yeah, might have not like I probably shouldn't have done this, but I was like thinking, I was like picking up, I was like, okay, yeah, like getting my like ideas and shit like that. But yeah, I just can't think on the spot while trying to sing.
I am gonna say,
Yeah.
I'm gonna add now.
Now.
Maybe, and I won't even say, I'm not a fan of the word can't. I mean, it's, it's possible maybe you can't,
It's
but
a challenge. It's,
but
like,
it makes sense
see
because
what's
this isn't something that has been sublimated for you, right? Like vocalizing and then, like that's, unless you've been doing that for a while and that's
And then
like
you ask
something.
me to sing in a higher register.
Yeah, I'm really into the fire today, but you're doing good. You're doing good. Considering that, I think one thing I do want to mention about that, because we're improvising doesn't mean it can't be premeditated on some level.
Okay.
So what I kind of guided you through is like, look. You don't have to come up with a new melody every second.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if before you even sing,
Uh-huh.
you have a few notes.
Mhm.
If you're at a jam session, this is like applicable in real life, right? You go to a jam session and you want to sing, create a little song for yourself, create a little melody for yourself, create that, again, that seed, that rooting, and then you can build upon that. So you don't have to do it all at once. You can still do it in stages. You create a little melody for yourself, and then you can be focused more on the words
Yeah.
than, the melody, as an example. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anything else?
Well, on what you said, I was just surprised that I got like words out in this exercise, because in the jam sessions when I tried to do that, like I felt so stuck. So like I don't know if you do this like again tomorrow, you might just like it might just even be like a now thing and not a later thing. But yeah. The other thing I noticed was when you were playing, it felt very like Spider-Man, like the early like 2000s, like the kind of like moody rock songs. And I think our stories kind of, yeah, exactly, my jam, exactly. But like it felt like our stories kind of shaped like into that sound that you created.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, because I had an idea of what I wanted to speak on, and then you started, but you started way more like major, like right when you started, I was like, oh, like this is gonna be like a happy thing I can't talk about. I'm not gonna talk about that. So I was like trying to make word associations that were like more positive, more like hopeful, whatever. And then you went with this, which is exactly what you're saying, like way more like, I don't know, it's like mirage-y, and then that's where all of a sudden that's, so the music came first, and then,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And I think that's real improv though, so that's good, because like, so that's the balance, right? You can premeditate, but sometimes you gotta be like, well, let me all right, let me rethink this. Just one other side thought, philosophical thought. I think sometimes people get, again, there's this associative idea of like, oh, well, I can't. I personally love the juxtaposition of like, really, like something really dramatic or sad over happy music, or vice versa.
Yeah,
Like that can be its
So
own.
haunting.
for sure.
Yeah, it invokes a different thing. So I guess again, trying to get away from can't.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's a choice. Like, all right, do I want to like follow this stream, or do I want to actually like emphasize the contrast of this sound with something else lyrically? That's also the power of words and melodies. But
Totally.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
It was fun. My heart was beating, but it was
We're
fun
alive.
exercise. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's good exercise to think.
Totally.
Just let me say whatever it works. But yeah, it was fun.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Should do more, I think. This kind of exercise myself.
Totally.
Yeah, please, like, again, like, try to, if I can bullet point this, right? So you have whatever your chorus idea, you have your central thesis. I think what's kind of cool is then we kind of explored like, y'all had so much to say, it felt like to me. Once we got to the, okay, let me not say the word, like let me like allude to, there's like plenty of material there. You can also kind of bury the lead, like this is almost a different way of songwriting. Like you can say in your head what the thesis is, what the topic is, and never say it. And it makes it a little more mysterious, or like, well, who are they talking about? This kind of goes back to what we were talking about musically, which is like when you play something more ambiguous, that's the magic trick of it, because the listener can fill in the gaps for themselves. Right? Sometimes that's the power of poetry too, right? That level of ambiguity allows for people to like fill in where they want, like what does it mean to them, versus being so literal that they only have one option, you know what I mean? So that's just something to consider. Like, okay, let me come up with a topic, let me elucidate the topic, let me go back to the topic, chorus, verse, chorus, or maybe let me just go straight verse. You could even go verse, like a long verse, and then eventually get to the topic, and now, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, so all these different like storytelling formats. You know what I mean? So yeah, do that a million times, over a million beats and a million songs. You know what I'm saying? And then you're good to go. Okay, I would love, since I feel like in a way we're building songs. So we've dealt with choruses and verses. What else are in songs? What are some? There's an answer I'm looking for, but like what else besides verses and choruses? What else are in songs?
Like
Intro. Okay. Intro. So what does an intro look like to you?
Setting the tone.
How do we do that?
I guess I think of it either like passively or aggressively. And so we're like
passive aggressively.
Yeah. I think I always associate an intro just melodically. Or this is, I guess, in my head what I revert to is a passive melody.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
The song that came in my head was Golden by Jill Scott. Cause she'll exactly.
Oh,
yeah. So she'll like just do melody and no words, but she's conveying the feeling of her song, and then she brings in those words, and it kind of like reflects what she had already been talking about without words. So that's what I think of when I think about an intro, kind of just like a melodic tidbit of what you're about to get.
It doesn't have to be that.
It doesn't have to, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree, because in my mind, when I'm thinking of intros, I try to think of it, again, there's like the magic, and then there's the trick. There's the practical part of it, and then like the more artistic part of it. So practically, I think that an intro can serve as a great way for you, again, the same way we're like, we hummed a note, or we like, I see this a lot of times. Performers will intro things specifically like, can I hear myself? On this stage, in this room, like, I shouldn't have had those nachos, whatever. and then, but then you're like, all right, I need to adjust. If you're a good singer, you're gonna be able to be like, all right, so you can adjust how you sing in order to overcome congestion and But yeah, so there's like, an intro can serve as like setting the tone for music. It also can kind of serve as like a calibration for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, I always bring it back to like improvisational settings. That is super helpful. Sometimes a lot of times I see people who are like they're already too far into the song. I feel like I see both. I see some people who just get stuck in the intro, because we were talking about that, like we're just doop for like 10 minutes. It's like, okay, shut up. But then some people just like they're like, I have to get into. It seems to me like they think like I gotta get into the song, and then they don't allow themselves to sit in that space. So okay, cool. So intro. What else? What else is there in a song?
Bridge you mentioned.
You mentioned the bridge. Okay, for you, what purpose does a bridge serve in a song?
Makes you feel different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if the intro is, the intro like introducing you to the idea, and like the chorus is the idea, the thesis, and the verse is expanding on that. Then I feel like the bridge is like the counter argument, or like the bridge is like the rebuttal, or like like it's some sub idea or something like I don't know.
Totally.
But still within the context of the.
Yeah, like we're in the same neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like different street or something like that.
Yeah.
So to speak.
It can totally inject that energy that like you're waiting to get to in the song. Like once you listen to it and you're like, oh my god, I love this part. Yeah.
That's true. Bridges do like.
They've been like my favorite parts of songs recently.
Yeah, no, I agree with that actually.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. Anything else in terms of bridge?
I feel like it makes assuming there's a final chorus or whatever, it makes it more powerful.
Yeah.
That contrast is like, it just gives it that extra boost.
I feel like it like recontextualizes it somehow. Like
Yeah, right.
it can like make you look at the premise or the chorus in a different light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's part of what gives it its power. You know what I mean? Personally, I feel like, a bridge might be like, again, trying to bring it into the point of practicality. It's like, it could be a point of vulnerability on a different level. You know what I mean? It could be like a piece of information. It's like the puzzle pieces come together. You know what I mean? And so now, again, when the chorus comes, we're looking at it slightly different. But yeah, how do I wish the word is evading me right now, but within the context of like script writing or like writing stories, I feel like there's a word for this. I keep wanting to say deus ex machina, but that's not what I mean. I mean something that, so there's like, you've been building up all this conflict within the story, and then this is the piece of information that opens up, that opens the whole thing wide open. It opens the whole thing up. So that's a pretty, that's kind of an ambiguous thing. Like that could be a lot of different things.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like like that's a really cool thing if you can like, let's talk about it a little bit, because I'm not even sure, like based on like what we've been talking about in our individual songs we've been writing, what could be like a counter argument or a bridge topic,
Based on like what we just did.
whatever your song was about, right?
I feel like for Patience, it's pretty simple because like the start of the song, it's like how the tactics to like keep it at bay and like other ways to distract yourself, and then the bridge could be the anxiety, like describing the anxiety and the lead up, and it's like you've been trying to calm yourself, but then it's like the stuff that's you're starting to break down that cardboard box and it's knocking really hard, and then like after the bridge it like explodes kind of.
Yeah, I like that. Anybody else?
I would say, the kind of like confusion, because I wrote it shallow, and so I was kind of trying to like, shallow breath, shallow water, like just murky, like I don't know what the hell is going on. And so I think that in that moment there could be similar idea to what you were saying, just like all of a sudden, either everything makes sense or like complete chaos. I'm now drowning, like I'm done. And then all of a sudden, and then I'm not sure, but some escalation of the situation.
As long as you understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I see it so
Yeah. That's
but
okay.
it was also those chords were just, I think, doing something for all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's interesting. I want to wade in these waters, so to speak, for a second, because like, I feel like there's this idea of escalation, And for me, if it's escalating like that could, oftentimes in a song that also has to do with what you sing in that moment. Like that's usually your going for it moment.
Right.
You know, that's usually where you hit your, like that's where your high note appears all of a sudden, the highest note that's in your register, that's where it appears is in the bridge.
Yeah.
Like no, this is really it. Like this is important. and then we come back to the chorus or whatever. So there's like escalating both lyrically, where your riffs and runs and the energy of your performance and your grit, whatever grit. You don't have to sound like I see skies. You don't have to do that. But I'm just saying, like using roughness or different textures. And then so to me, not to overcomplicate it, I'm just like thinking escalation, and then I'm also thinking, again, I said the word vulnerability or something like personal. You could, because if you're talking about an idea and you're like kind of talking around it even in the verse, but then you're like, sometimes I feel shallow.
Yeah.
Just as an example. Now it's like, okay, now like we're locked in a different way, like making it super like, no, I'm talking to you and I'm like letting you know something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know. You wanna try it? We're doing stuff now. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. Okay.
Can we use the word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let me think about this. I might even, just for the sake of it, maybe I will play the same chord progression. Let me try and what's a bridge for this? So, all right. Okay, so I have to, or are you guys tired of Spider-Man 2001?
It's a great time. It's a great time.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
It also is giving Radiohead to me.
Oh,
I
yes.
can see that.
Yes.
What song is it?
Back?
Nothing. That was sorry, two of my songs.
So this is also usually musically where we like maybe we might modulate keys. Songwriting.
Yeah.
Just give me a second. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta get that. See, I'm gonna nerd out for a second. And then what do I need to get to? I need to get to. That could work. Okay, so this is an experiment. We'll see what we get to. But I'm imagining. But I'm gonna start from the bridge, so we might go. We'll do it again. Can y'all follow that? Let's listen one more time. I believe in us.
Go for it.
Okay.
Do we believe in us? Do you
Yeah.
believe in us?
we
Yes.
We believe in us. All right. Do you like it? I like it.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, cool. It's okay, like I'm an artist, but I can take the criticism. If it's not, it's not. Okay, so. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna let you, it doesn't have to be that short. Let's just I'm gonna keep doing that for a while and let us each kind of explore our topic as a bridge. We're improvising, you know what I mean? I do wanna mention what's kind of cool about what I've discovered over the years is like, these mechanisms do work within a songwriting context. And it makes it that much easier for you like to finesse it. Like you're like, all right, let me sit in this thing, let me like meditate on some ideas, and as you perform it for yourself, you're like, oh, I like that, or I like that, or let me hang on to that. Let me make sure I recorded that so you're like, I can go back to that. These are words I like, this is a sentence I like. And then you can kind of trim the fat, blah, blah, blah. But for our purposes now, let's sit in this bridge idea, like our counter argument, our personal, or our, what was the word we talked about?
Escalation.
Escalation is the word. Okay, so I'm gonna play this one time, and then sit in this. I'm gonna just keep repeating that. Are you wishing you didn't sit here?
It is what it is.
Yeah. like it. All right, Nabil.
I'm scared.
Remember?
I'm scared. Yeah.
Your range, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your range, yeah. Let me, here's one quick thing I actually want to mention. This is for you, Nabil, and then also just in general, like, there's so many different types of singers.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like some singers that we consider like character singers, character voices. Leonard Cohen. You know what I mean? I always bring up Randy Newman. You got a friend. You know what I mean? Or I see skies. It's not necessarily. I don't know. Like maybe they don't have the sweetest tone. Maybe they don't have the most perfect pitch. You know what I'm saying? But they again, they're convicted.
Yeah.
They own it, and that's really, really valuable. So, you know, try to imply a pitch. You know what I mean? But you also, you know, like Leonard Cohen, half the time will just talk to you. Well, about Dylan's and Anita, what is this exactly? Who knows? like, all right, but it's a vibe. You know what I mean? So just again, think about your premise and expressing that like you're just talking to us more than you're like. Don't get overly concerned with the music theory.
Okay.
Don't be too musician right now.
Okay.
You're an artiste.
Artist.
I'm sorry, I said artiste and it just.
Scratch. Go ahead.
Give us a little haunted, you know what I mean? Okay.
Okay, going last is not either.
First, last,
That's true.
my favorite.
Alright, I'm gonna go with your.
No. Go with your.
I know, but am I shallow? Was it? Okay.
You like? Okay, I mean, no, we're co-writing. So if that's what, if that feels, whatever feels authentic to you is all I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay. So. Sorry. What the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Don't have to rush it.
Am I shallow? Do I have enough to give? Am
exercise. That was a great experiment. I think we're touching on something, right? Like we can get better at it, but I guess within the context, again, either in improvisation or in writing, allowing you to like, okay, hop into these different zones, like principally understanding what we're trying to invoke when we're writing a chorus on the spot or on paper. What is the verse? What purpose does the verse serve? What purpose does the bridge serve? I also, it reminded me that in a lot of bridges, it was kind of cool because maybe people were thinking, but also a lot of time the bridge, it'll come down and like there'll be a lot of space. You know what I mean? So like even with the dropping of the voice, like and maybe some room for the music to shine, the volume level gets lower, it grabs your attention, like it gets you engaged, and then we rise up again.
Yeah.
We rise once again, and that leads us back into the chorus idea. So yeah, just like taking these little nuggets as ways to like kind of squeeze more out of your brain. You know what I mean? Like it's all in there. It's just like low key. It's like asking your brain the right questions. You know, like how do I get to the other parts of it?
Totally.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Any other thoughts about what we've just done?
This makes me want to start writing.
Yeah, like what a lovely surprise. I wasn't like expecting for us to do this, but it really simplified what can seem so daunting. Like, but it is so much nicer to go off of the sounds. Like it gives you something to feel grounded in. Yeah. I had a thought, but I had an additional thought, but I lost it. I think.
Yeah, if it does. If not, next time.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts about this? Any other questions?
I have a question from earlier. What are some ways to adjust when you're feeling congested as a singer?
Okay, yeah, this is a whole other workshop, but yes, we can give some like quick tips.
Yeah.
One, there's this thing that singers often reference, which is the mask, which is this singing in this space. So again, it's like being connected to your body, and we've played a little with this in workshops, but like, okay, can you adjust where in your body you feel the resonance? So technically, if you're singing properly, you should feel, if you pay attention, you should feel the vibration here, in this space. And that means that that's the resonating chamber, and that's gonna give you the right sound. But what I guess I'm saying is like, once you start being able to identify what it feels like in different parts of your like nasal passage, you can start kind of singing from a different place. So, more practically speaking, right? Can you do this? Can you make yourself sound like nasal? I guess I didn't have to add the accent. For some reason that helped me get into that, right? But singing, a lot of times I found, I was gonna bring this up, sometimes singers will come in like, oh, I'm afraid to sound nasal. Don't worry about that right now. Especially if you're like newer at singing, it's like, you can get, we started to talk about, okay, different timbre, different like texture of your voice. Like, so nasal is a valid type of sound. You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes we're not very good at gauging what actually sounds nasal or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna land this plane, just give me a second. The point I'm saying is that allow yourself to like sing more in your nose. Imagine yourself nasal. See how well you can control your voice. Like this takes a little bit of experimentation. See how well you feel like you can control your voice if you're singing nasally versus if you're singing more down here, or if you're focused more on your chest voice, right? So like start playing with that. Also, underutilized tool, volume level. A lot of people, well, sometimes I be wanting to challenge you to project a little more.
Yeah.
But for everybody here, like sometimes, like without getting into all the science about it right now, but like the louder you get, a lot of times that can be much harder to control the note. So in this modern era where we have microphones and stuff, like especially like, okay, what should be my like set volume, like my knob, and to actually have control. So I guess in brief, number one, let's not forget, like ahead of time, like anytime you're singing, especially in the winter, like blow your nose, for real. I'm not gonna do it now because I feel like it's gonna be like gross, but like get out whatever you can get out. Do the lip trills. Try to knock stuff out of there and go somewhere privately and be gross. Just and get out.
All the things.
Yeah, try not to strain yourself. I'm not suggesting that, but like try and get out as much of stuff as maybe has accumulated. Making sure you're drinking enough water, drinking hot liquids like tea. Like most singers have kind of a cocktail, like sometimes a little lemon, or some people will drink specifically before a performance because they they might be overly moist and they want to dry out their voice a little bit, or they're too dry and they want to moisten. Honey, lemon, there's tools for this, and herbs as well. So there's the pregame, but then there's like, well, I'm here, and that is about, to me, I don't know how to, the easiest way I guess what I would say is like, low-key for years, I've kind of thrown myself under the bus. So like, if I had some nachos, let me sing directly after I ate nachos, and let me like, if you eat dairy, but that's an example. If you did something that maybe throws you out of your voice's comfort zone, don't like, oh, I can't sing. Be like, no, let me sing, and let me see what I can get out of my voice and my body in that space. You see what I'm saying? So, clearing congestion, trying to sing from different spaces, and overall you become more versatile. Yeah, no problem. I'll just addendum that by also just adding, like it's maybe a visual representation, like even for any instrumentalist, the difference between like, if you don't realize this, like a guitar player sitting down versus standing up, like those microscopic differences, that changes the dynamics of what's easier or hard to play, the angle of the thing. So it's like these microscopic adjustments in your body. Same thing, like sit down, stand up, chest out, like feeling the differences in your own body and find your comfort space so that you can adjust. You gotta feel what feels off in order to know. You see what I mean? Yeah. Does that make sense to y'all?
Yeah.
Okay, That's a whole, we should and we will go even deeper into that, like practices for adjustment depending on condition, because singers are like in a very different space than any other musician, because if depending on what you did that week or that day, you know what I mean, how much water you drank, how much you slept, the conditions can change a lot, so things to think about. But we can explore that more later. Do we feel we all learned a thing or two?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. We ran a little long, so we're not going to do the end. I think that was good. I think everybody's bridge. I want y'all to sit with your bridges. Maybe, I think y'all should write those down. I think like y'all have, these were all songs that I listened to. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you so much. Clap for yourselves. Clap for yourselves.
Just a quick question.
Yeah.
Last Saturday when I was at the gym, when you were outside, I was singing with this one saxophone player, drummer, and pianist, and I think bassist. And at some point I stopped because they played the same thing. I tried to give them sign like let's change, but I don't know how to like communicate while I'm like mumbling around while they're like they're so on their own and then repeating like but I
Right.
as a singer like some point let's change because what can I
Okay, so here's okay, that's actually a deep topic. Are you gonna come next week?
yeah
Okay, I think, because what I'm gonna say is this, like, I think great vocalists, like watch Prince, watch Patti LaBelle, watch Aretha Franklin, watch Whitney Houston, watch Michael Jackson. There's a famous clip that I bring up occasionally, that's my favorite thing, which is like his musical director, Mr. Q. And Michael Jackson is he's a perfectionist. So he literally is like, Brad, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
What you gonna do, Brad? Brad, what you gonna do? Job gone, job gone,
Yeah.
job gone. I cannot imagine a more humiliating way to lose your gig. But it is also hilarious.
That clip is everything.
Brad's okay, by the way. He's doing well. I checked him. I checked. I was like, is Brad okay after that? But the point I'm trying to make is there are vocal cues. We'll just in short. There's vocal cues. Again, use your body.
Yeah.
Great singers will stare down a musician. Physically getting close to a musician. There's ways you can signal to the group and ensemble and take control of the music. Like have you guys seen Fantasia?
Yeah.
Like the sorcerer. Like
Yes.
you literally like no. Like if you see me, have you ever seen me? Sometimes at the jam I'll be like, I'm gonna get low sometimes because musicians will be oblivious. And so sometimes you gotta be like, or sometimes some singers make jokes and they're just like, excuse me, Patty Bell, where are my background singers? Where are you? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
James Brown's another great person to look at. Just people who are great at communicating with the band. So start there. Look at some of those videos, and then we can talk about tactics. Some other tactics for orchestrating. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you know what? Thank you. You gave me a new lesson. So we'll talk about orchestrating as a vocalist with it, like communicating with the band. When we're doing the group singing thing, how to communicate with each other. And then what's the other thing we talked about? Yeah, we were talking about like adjusting your voice and finding tactics for that. So stay tuned next week.
Nice.
Okay.